So this head looks like it is ready to go, and I have my coffee too, and I have my spring compressor, and this is the one where it was leaking through the intake manifold. I'm sorry, well, it was leaking through the intake manifold, but it was leaking through the intake valve. So it is, we're going to take this apart and see how it is. It looks very crusty in there, and I'm probably going to take my wire wheel. I'm just going to get that like a light cleaning right now, and just to see where we're at. I have my spring compressor tool here as well. So let me get set up, standby. Okay, I'm going to actually just wire wheel this inside a little bit. Once you wire wheel it, it actually looks pretty good. Okay. All right. So that looks good. It is time to, the easiest way for me to get this out is to put it in my vise. And so it is, so I'm going to gently put this in my vise, and I need to remember how I put it in. Because you just gently put it in here. Because you really don't want to make marks on it. And there's no need to dig. But this is where it's tricky. Because I want to make sure that this is the way it is. Stand by 1 second. Here it goes. There it goes. So I've got the second keeper. And I can just bring it open. Oh yeah, this looks really bad actually. There is looks really bad. Looks okay though. So there are a couple washers here. We gotta pull them off. Okay. There is the intake. We're gonna flip this over and do the exhaust. Let's take a quick look. It doesn't look too bad there actually. Boy, there's like zero play in that either. I mean, it really doesn't move. So the valve guide looks really good too. That's backwards. I can't get access to it there. So I've got to make sure that I can get access to the back of the valve. So I can. This, man, this valve guide removal tool is spectacular. So I've got to put it up like here because it's so it doesn't interfere with the head. And it just takes a little while to get it. This, it's just this vise gets in the way, but I need the vise. Okay. We're good to go now. Let me tighten it up a little bit. Okay, the keepers should come out easily on this one too. I can actually see the thing's already moved. Let me see how close I am. I'm not close yet. So let's turn it some more. So what I'm doing is I'm turning it. There we go. So they're going to come out now. Both came out. And that's the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to drop them because you'll lose them. But that one dropped around the floor. Okay. We can actually measure these springs as well. So that's good. So, I mean, the exhaust looks even worse than the intake. But that was not leaking. I guess I don't know if it was leaking or not because it was just so dramatic. You can see how this valve guide looks different. This valve guide is different than this one. So this is a replacement one, I think, because this is how the replacement ones look. This looks like an original one. See how it has that conical top and this one doesn't? So it looks okay, actually. I'm seeing really crazy issues. Let's see if there's any wiggle in this. I mean, there's like zero wiggle. It's not moving. Let's see if we get like a nice pop out of it. Wow. We get a good compression pop. Let's try the other one. We get good pops out of them. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wire wheel this thing. I'm going to wire wheel both of them. So let's go wire wheel these things. And I'm not really grinding it. I'm just getting all the surface rust off and the surface carbon buildup. Okay. The intake is the one that was leaking like crazy on this one. And the exhaust wasn't. Well, let me rephrase that. It was leaking out like a gushing river on the intake. That could have been masking it leaking on the exhaust. Well, we are going to try to get going. So the next thing I want to do is I want to actually kind of, let me measure the springs to see where we're at. I may change that exhaust valve. So one thing that's really kind of handy is having a computer on your desk, and it is I'm just going to measure the height of the springs. It's a clutch spring. So I got to find where the valves are. And it is, there we go. It is so it should be at 48 millimeters. So let's see where we're at. Okay, so we're at 0. I wonder which one we're talking about. That seems way too big, actually. Let me take a look at this. That's the V700. Here we go. So the valve springs, the big. So